From rough salt water with sandy beaches to freshwater lakes with beautiful green landscapes, this is the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour. Here we are in Le Lac de l'Odeur, Belgium for round 2 of the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour, and what a location! It's actually the first time we've visited this stunning lake and its surroundings. It's an ideal place to relax or race your jet ski. Put on a faultless performance at the last round in Les Saints-Saumur, along with his brothers who also secured top 3 podium finishes. Unfortunately for Jeremy, after an accident 15 days ago in Sardine, he may not be feeling 100% this weekend. Quinten Bosch was also on the pace at round 1, although he did have mechanical difficulties. He is definitely one to watch, as he will have his eye on that top spot, especially with it being his home round here in Belgium.
The last race for me was a bit of a disappointment. We worked hard all winter, but we weren't ready on time, so we had small issues. Now everything is sorted. My ski is way better than last time, so I'm really looking forward to this weekend's race, and yeah, we'll make the best of it. For sure, it gives me a bigger boost being here at my home ground, because my family is here and I'm from Belgium, and this is the first ever Belgium round in the Jetcross Tour. So I will be 200% focused and ready to race, and hopefully make the best of it.
But that doesn't rule out the rest of the field. Reigning champion Valentin Dardier is back, as is Stephen Loidies, and Otwin Gatels is here at his home round. Between our world-class jet ski racers and their choice of powerful machines, we have a great lineup for you at the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour this weekend.
And now let's catch up with Anthony Bernal, who is the president of Jet Club O2R, our local host. So about this venue, we're on a lake, so that's a big difference. We can't expect any waves, and that's why we've asked the organisers to lay a very technical course, so we can have good battles, a track that's not too fast. My season has been a bit difficult. We started with one model, but I've changed completely my setup, including a new hull, and unfortunately my new ski wasn't ready for this round due to shipping issues. So a friend of mine lent me a ski just to get some points for the championship. Enjoy the event and have some fun. I have had the chance to test this course yesterday, and it's very physical. Just after one lap I was already tired, so I think that I should have a lot of good battles on here, and we'll really see the healthy skill of the riders. It's very good, I would be very promising. It's a really good organisation, the site is so well branded. So yeah, we're really open to a club to host this kind of competition again, and we can't wait to see what will happen. Hopefully we'll see lots of spectators and the Belgian riders will do well.
wonderful. Over the weekend we'll have 3 races, 1 today and 2 tomorrow. Each race is 15 minutes in length plus 1 lap. It's time. Let's head over to our race commentator for Moto 1.
A very complicated course. 1.7 kilometres in distance, a double hole shot, a slalom parallel, 15 reds, 11 yellows. Very, very technical. And here we go on board with Quentin Bosch to show you the lap.
Alright, so we start here with the finish line. Then we go to the double log jump. Really, really high log jumps. You have to be very careful on them. Now we have a long sweeper on the left. And then we come into the technical section of the course. Really technical, really a lot of waves. Makes a good equality for all the riders. So here another right, left, and then onto a triple red one. Here you can carry more speed already. Now we go on to a double before the straight line. Here is a short straight line, a very technical course this year. And now onto a double left, into the double splits, which I choose the blue, because for me I can carry a lot of more speed coming out. So here you see a little bit more smooth water, because the course is more open. Now out of the blue, you can go straight to the first red. And onto the second one. Now another double red, double yellow. Now the last 2 corners and then over the finish line.
Great to be racing here on a lake, surrounded by fans, a great vantage points for everyone and all the best contenders here for the Grand Prix of Belgium. Watch for the flag on the far left of screen. When it drops, we'll go racing. Ooh, and there's a couple of people jumping the start. I think it was Morgan Porret in the centre. Red flag is out there full. They'll go back to the restart, but Morgan Porret is going to be the man who's responsible. He has a dead engine start and starts right at the back. Now we're underway though. On board with Luc Hermesen, the Dutchman, but he's got a few skis on his inside, and I think it's Valentin Dardelet. Yes, it is, with clear water ahead of him, and he is leading this. Here's Jeremy Porret on the very inside. That looked like it worked for him. Looks to his right-hand side, can't see anybody. A lot of them would have gone in the split. Remember, you can take the blue or the green lines, and he went, I think, on the green. So as we come through to the blend point, Quentin Bosch, I think, is going to be ahead of Valentin Dardelet. Have a look to the left-hand side. This is where we come back to one line, and indeed, Quentin is leading. Straight past the beach, nice and close for all the spectators to see. And of course, as the race progresses, these are sprint races, but the water will start to get a little bit choppier. Obviously, at the moment, not very choppy at all, with a very flat lake, even if it is a large complex here in the d'Or. Right, on board with Luc Hermesen, battling for 6th position. And I think he's just lost that 6th position to Stan Shelton, who is the Norwegian who's joined us this weekend for the first time. And at the split, that's changed hands again. So Hermesen back ahead. Here's Morgan Porret. Having to take it nice and carefully and a little bit off balance over the long jumps, but now he can get back to trying to find some clean water. He's got Ryan Burt just ahead of him. And actually Antoine Goethals as well, so good battles going on further back. And you can see side by side, taking the outside line, that'll give him the inside for the next one. They get very, very close, but that's a good passing move from Morgan Porret. And now in the parallel, in the split, he's going to take another scalp, isn't he? That's him passing Ryan Burt. So progress being made by Morgan. Oh, that's a big one from Antoine Goethals. head over heels on the second log, just the nose of the ski digging into the water and catapulting over. Quentin Bosch leading. Valentin Darale in second position. And you can see the back markers are going to become a bit of a problem for him as well. No, not very high speeds. Oh no, Luke Hermansen slowed. Luke Hermansen with engine problems being towed back to the beach. Oh, frustration for the Dutchman. Back out on the water then. Number 2 is Stan Shelton, the Norwegian, new to the water this weekend. Oh, a bit off balance there, losing a bit of time. A slight error in his attempts to chase down, but look at this. This is where the two courses converge, the two parallel courses converge, and it's a really big battle between him and the number 51 of Marvin Martinez. Martinez holding on at the moment. And behind then, Morgan Poré on the number 7, coming up to the log. Some of them are better than others over these. Got to try and pop the ski to jump over it, and you can be very unlucky with the water as well. Poré has got past Shelton. Meanwhile, Valentin Darale out with clean water ahead of him. Is he back ahead then in the lead of the race? I think he may well be. He's certainly riding incredibly well. Look out for his rival Quentin Bosch. Well, that's not Bosch, that's Alec Enderley. So Bosch must be ahead of them by quite a margin. And that's Jeremy Poré coming through, on board with Jeremy. Oh, I think that was a mistake. Yes, it was a mistake ahead of him from Alec Enderley. Missed a boy and has given up the position to Jeremy Poré quite easy. So easy to do though when you set the ski up to cut through the water. If you get it slightly wrong, then you end up missing a boy. This is the battle for 5th position between Martinez, Shelchen and Torelli. And still fantastic going on. A little bit of contact there between Shelton trying to find a different line to cut back, and he has now managed to find a way past Martinez. Big jump over the first of the logs. He's going to take it much easier over the second one. Martinez gets thrown to the back of his ski. Meanwhile, at the front, the checker flag has fallen, and that was a very, very comfortable win for Quentin Bosch. Exactly what the fans around the park and the lake wanted. Miles.
I'm down here in the pits with our JX1 Pro winner, Quentin Bosch. Quentin, difficult start to the season, but you were like a man on a mission out there today. How do you feel?
Yeah, it was a bad start of the season for me. The ski was not ready. We didn't had enough time in the winter to do everything correctly, and we had some small issues. But I knew the ski was very strong, so I know it had a lot of potential, so we kept working. And now the problem is that the ski is so fast that the gentleman on it can't follow it anymore. But the race for me went really good. I had the whole shot. I tried to pull a big gap in front of everybody to keep myself a little bit down to rest for tomorrow, because tomorrow is a big day also. But I made a mistake in the course, and Valentin was really short, so I had to keep it all the way pinned. So yeah, it was a good race. I'm really happy also for Valentin. He also had a bad start of the season, and now he's on there on top with me, so I'm really, really happy.
Thanks, Quentin, and good luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
I'm down here in the pits joined by Stian. Stian's not actually been at a P1 Jetcross since 2014. Stian, how have you found it here today?
I always like to come to these races. It's a lot of fun, tight courses, and a lot of good riders. So I had some great battles today with Marvin and Morgan Poré. We had some great battles over the log jumps, and it was a great fun.
I know, it's crazy, there's 2 log jumps. Did you find that quite tricky?
Yeah, I've done it a couple of times before, but it's been a few years since I did a log jump last, so I went a little bit careful on it, and that's when Morgan passed me. So, but it's a lot of fun, but it's a challenge, definitely. Kind of in between, where it's like a lot of chops, but not sea waves. So this is a little flat for my preference, but something a little bit more would be nice.
Let's take a look then at confirmation of the results from that first race. And it was. Victory to the Belgian, ahead of the Frenchman. Jeremy Porret in third, Alec Anderlecht with that mistake at the end in fourth, then Morgan Porret in fifth position.
Incredible first moto for Quinten Bosch, clinching his first win of the season on a very technical course, closely followed by last year's reigning champion Valentin Dardier. On a different machine and riding with injury, Jeremy Porret secures a third place finish. Alec Anderlecht, who currently leads the Pro-Am JX2 class, wasn't far behind in fourth. Welcome back to Le Lac d'Olodeur for round 2 of the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour. Fantastic victory yesterday for Quinten Bosch, but there is still 2 more motos to go. Who's going to be stood on the top step of that podium this weekend?
Now let's take a quick look at the log jump built by dropzone.fr, famous jet ski parts dealers. The log jump is an obstacle that we set on the course to make it harder than it usually is. Each log jump is composed of 28 ATV tyres, brand new, which are slipped into a tube normally used for high pressure water. It's very strong, with an axis inside to stiffen all the logs. Today we're going to have not one but 2 jumps, with a gap of 20 metres between each jump. And that is a world exclusive for a jet ski series. This is round 2 of the championship. We've come from the sea of the Mediterranean to the lakes of Belgium. And there's still plenty of action across the whole of the summer to look forward to.
A closer look at this technical circuit here in Le Lac d'Olodeur. As you can see behind me, there's not 1 but 2 log jumps, and it's actually the first time we've added another log jump to the circuit, which definitely puts the rider's skill and experience to test.
It's time for Moto 2 then. 3 motos in the weekend. This, the second of them. False start in the first one. Let's see if we can get cleanly away this second time. It was Morgan Porret who made the mistake at the start of Moto 1. And that feels to me like another jump start. They all head off flat out down towards the first left-hand turn. But yet, red flag is out. Who is deemed to have made the mistake? Fancy it might be Jeremy Porret. Back to the start then. Oh, and another jump start. This time that's Morgan Porret. Morgan Porret, Marvin Martinez, Ryan Burt. What's going on? Lots of people are going to have to make false starts with the engine off, and they are going to be further back. You can see those guys slow away. 3 at the front though, heading towards the first turn. Who's going to get the whole shot? Star Shelton in second position on the outside, getting sprayed with water, trying to pick out a line. Here's Alec Anderlecht. He's the first to take the split on the blue course, and the green course to the left-hand side. Again, the blue course was faster in the first split, and they converge once again. Alec in second position. And is that Quinten Bosch once again at the front of the field? I think it may well be. So Bosch from Anderlecht, and then in third position, our newbie, Chetien. Going on board with Marvin Martinez. What's going on here? Just seeing the traffic that he's having to contend with in this first lap. blue course. Oh, a bit wide there. Hits the buoy, keeps the ski upright, and then when they converge, it's such a fast convergence. Christophe Camels then on board with him, right in the middle of the pack. And here's our race organiser for the weekend, not on the ski that he would prefer, and therefore a bit further back. Stephen Ludice just going past him. Anthony Bernal, that is. And on the first lap, we don't have the log jumps, just from safety point of view, so they've all been cleared of that log jump. Now the leaders will hit them for the first time. Once again, Quentin Bosch on the yellow course. And now into the blue split. Somewhere is Alec Andely. And then there is the Norwegian Stein Schellen. Jeremy Porret further back. The Porrets were absolutely dominant in the first round in France, but have not had it their own way here so far. We had an all Porret podium, I think in Moto 2. But it's not going their way here in Belgium. Blue versus green again, and I think that's Morgan Porret passing Antoine Goethals. That's for position. And here is Morgan Porret coming towards the log jump. First jump, and then the second one. Very nicely done. And see how much they have to check up to control their speed. Back on board with Jeremy Porret. We're staring at Antoine Goethals, just in front of us. And Jeremy just desperately trying to find clean water. Oh, Antoine's down in the water. He's going to lose 1, 2, perhaps 3 positions. Quick look over the shoulder from Jeremy to see exactly where he ended up. Meanwhile, further ahead. Back markers now coming into play for our leaders. Ooh, and side by side there, that I think was Dardelet and Torelli. There is Quentin Bosch. That's a close-up of him at work. And on board with Christophe Camels on his Bullet Yamaha. Kawasaki, sorry. Oh, really being sprayed. Somebody coming up the inside of him and covering him in water. And that just feels like bullets at speed. Very, very uncomfortable. You can see how flat the water is. We've got a battle between 3 riders here. 2 Porrets and a Tolmer in the middle. Morgan Porret ahead of Johan Tolmer, and then Jeremy Porret third, carrying the onboard camera. Jeremy's going to the left-hand side here. Oh, and that is commitment. Wow, look how fast he is over the logs. Beautiful stuff, and up 1 position for Jeremy Porret. Let's have a look again. Replay. Clean water, really nice clean water. Whereas Tolmer is in the wake of Morgan Porret. And that was very nicely done. So Quentin Bosch, Alec Endely and Stern Schellen are your top 3 positions. Again, Bosch doing a nice job here, as is Alec Endely, as we ride on board with him. Nice and clean. And Endely, just a little bit off balance, just managing to keep up on the ski. Going round Anthony Bernal there. Here is our 3rd place Norwegian. Less traffic to contend with. but equally difficult to pick out the very technical course. The boys so close together, no chance to really open up the ski and get the engine humming. There is Valentin Dardelet, at the moment not on the podium. You'd expect him to be doing better, but he doesn't look massively committed on that ski as we go on board with Martinez. Pressuring Antoine Goethals, he's already had a swim today. And again, getting a bath, trying to find some clean water, some smooth water to allow the motor to power through. Now coming towards the log section. Oh, where's Goethals gone? Oh, both of them down in the water. And one place gained then, but not in the way that he perhaps would like there. Martinez almost jumping on top of Antoine. Still battling going on. The 1-1-1 is Steven Lodijs going past Johan Telmer there. So Telmer going backwards. But Lodijs was one of those that got penalised for the jump start. Quentin Bosch, though, takes victory once again. 2 out of 2. Good work from the Belgium, on course for victory. But how about this man? Sian Sheldon, only his second race in this particular field of riders, and it looks like it could well be a second, but most likely to be a third position. Coming up towards the flag now, putting huge pressure on Alec Enderley at the end of the race, but not quite enough. Enderley gets that second. Sheldon in third spot. Just waiting for some of the other riders further back to complete their races. Valentin Dardelet only 6th position, and Jeremy Porret here on board with him, 5th spot for him.
Quintin, another moto win. You put on an excellent performance and you look so comfortable on the ski. Need I say more?
Yeah, it looks comfortable, but it's really, really hard. The conditions are really hard. The course is set up so that we have a lot of waves in the technical section, and my ski is really powerful behind the boys. But yeah, we had a good start and everything went well for me, and I'm really happy for me and my sponsors, and also for all the other riders. There was no damage from nothing. There was no dangerous actions or anything, so I'm really happy that the event is coming to an end like this. We still have one moto in a couple of hours, so I hope to do the same, but we'll see. It will be hard because the other riders are also very fast.
Yes, the course is very technical, and it's my style of course. So I'm good on my ski, so it's good for me. I like the seat, the race seat, and it's awesome. Yes, the log jump is very difficult. It's hard, and I don't have many practice on, so I try to do my best.
A bit of an upside down result then for the second moto. Quentin Bosch winning. Alec Enderley in second, and the Star Schellen in third position. Morgan Porret fourth, Jeremy Porret fifth, Valentin Dardelet in sixth.
I'm joined by Steven Lodijs. Now, Steven got an overall finish of second place last season. How are you getting on this season?
Yeah, last year I finished second in the P1 Jetcross Championship, and this year I guess that I'm now 5th position in the overall championship. It's really difficult because the level is so high with Valentin Dardelet, Quentin Bosch and the Porret brothers. So this year you have to push yourself to be really on top, and after that the 2 log jumps are very technical here, but we're like everyone else, we try to win and give our best.
There has been some incredible battles this weekend within our pro class, and it's not over yet. It's time for the final race. So who will it be? Over to our race commentator.
Who will it be indeed? Well, in the pound seat, you've got to say that Quentin Bosch, with 2 victories, looks good. There he is, getting nicely warmed up. On board with Valentin Dardelet. Just having a quick look at his ski, getting everything warmed up, ready to go. There's Steven Lodis. Plenty of onboard cameras to really bring you into the action. Have a look to see if anyone's going to do a jump start this time. Much, much better start from everyone and very, very clean. Valentin Dardelet heading towards the first left-hand turn. Not sure he's going to get the whole shot though. Somebody was ahead of him. Who was that though? We'll find out once we've come away from the split. Sean Schellen is in 2nd position, and it is Valentin. Oh, I was going to say it's Quentin Bosch who leads, but no, Bosch slowed down there. He just pulled up. Our double victor, I think, has had problems on the very first lap. Morgan Poré on board, right in the thick of things. Water being splashed up everywhere. Trying desperately to pick out a good line. Trying to get the ski to work its magic in the flat lake. And of course, the man at the front of the field has the best of the conditions. 1-1-1 is Steven Lodis. He leads this one at the moment. Great start by the Frenchman. But no sign at all of the man who should have taken victory. Who is that in the water? Morgan Poré's gone into the water. And a nasty place to go in because you've got everybody converging after the split. He's back on his ski, but a long way back. It's not going well for Morgan whatsoever. Pretty much the same conditions that we had in the first 2 motos. And here is our leader, Steven Lodis. Look how much he has to do. How he works the ski, gets it on its side, then has to duck out. Other boys, hit one of those boys with your head, and it's going to be nasty, but at least he's got the best of the conditions. Replay of the start with Alec Enderley. On the right of him, Valentin Dardelet, who gets a better start, gives him a bit of squeeze as well. And it was those 2, Quentin Bosch as well, somewhere pulls up. But I think we're a bit ahead here. Good battling going on at the start though, between those 2. Lodis, then Steinchen, then Dardelet. Those are the first 3 as they come to the log jumps. Almost flattened the log jump that time. Actually, not quite as well attached on the right-hand side. They're all choosing the right-hand side. And therefore, that first one doesn't seem to be really catapulting in the air much. Oh, nice jump from somebody a bit further back. This is looking really good. A 9th and an 8th for Steven in the first 2 motos of the weekend. As we all go on board with Dardelet, he's split for 2nd position here with Steinchen. And just stays in 3rd position. But it is close between those 2 and anything could happen. It's going to be an amazing result if our Norwegian friend can stay there with a 6th and a 3rd with such up and down results and no sign of Quentin Bosch. He could well have a very strong result. Another man to have a strong result could well be Alec Enderley, a 4th and a 2nd in the first 2 motos. We ride on board with him now. I'd say he's in 4th position actually at the moment. So the riders coming back towards us. On the split, you can take the blue or the green course. It's totally up to you in terms of clean water. Of course, if you are at the head of the field, it doesn't really matter. But if you're 2nd, you may want to do a split to keep clean water ahead of you. And it's very, very close. And in fact, that is a change of position. Stein Schellen has gone into the lead ahead of Steven Lodis. There is the 1-1-1 ski. And then look for Dardelet, not far behind. So it was a good start from Steven, but I'm not quite sure he's going to be able to hold on. And again, it was at the split. Chedelaine just deciding to keep the clean water. It also gives you the inside line if you take the split that he took. Lodice was on the blue course, and he's instantly forced to be on the outside line and give a little bit of water to Stein, and Stein goes through and takes the lead. Morgan Poré then, number 7 machine. After having that swim earlier on, he's got some work to do. And he's got Johan Tolmer just ahead of him. Expect a pass coming up here. Tolmer was only 11th and 9th and makes the pass quite easily over the second of the log jumps there. So position made for Morgan, but he's still only on the outskirts of the top 10 now. Dardelay on the 8, chasing down this man who now leads. His 3rd position in Moto 2 was a great result, but this could be even better. Alec Endeley over log 1, over log 2. Ooh, and straight into the water. Nosedived into the water, held onto the ski and gets up going again, but doesn't lose any positions. And that is Jeremy Poré, number 72 on his back, although the ski says 96. Really suffering with a knee problem. He's had it all weekend, actually. But amazingly, he still had some decent results as Poré. Brother Morgan had that issue on the first lap, still making his way through the field. Certainly not going to be a top 5 for the 7 machine, but either way, gets past one of the back markers and plods his way on towards the end. Oh, he puts the back marker in the water. Right, Stephen Lodice, we're coming to the end of the race. 2nd position still for the Frenchman, the 111 ski. But he needs to look over his shoulder. Valentin Dardelay, one of the legends of the sport, is chasing him down. And whilst they don't think they're going to have any answer to Stan Sheldon in the ahead of them, here is Dardelay. About 1 or 2 boys behind at the moment, but getting closer and closer by the moment. This is beautiful skill. Look at how he's riding, really committing the ski onto one side. And Charles Sheldon from starting the weekend with a 6th position. It's going to end up potentially being a victory here. We're coming up to take the last lap board as well. Oh, Poré's flying again. Obviously that knee doesn't hurt any longer. Look at his commitment. One moment he's crouched over in pain, and the next minute he's got his head back in gear and he's absolutely flying. Right, coming on to the last lap then. As I said, 6th in Moto 1, 3rd in Moto 2, and he's now leading Moto 3. A new contender, especially with difficulties occurring for the Poré brothers, who were so dominant in France, and Quentin Bosch, who retired at the start of this race, having taken 2 victories, and therefore his results, his overall results from here in Belgium will not be quite as strong as he would have wished. Still got a battle on though for 2nd position. Valentin Dardelay does not want to let Lodice take this 2nd spot. They've gone split, so Lodice is on the left-hand side and Dardelay is on the green course. Side by side, coming towards the convergence now, and he does have the inside, and again the same thing that happened to Lodice earlier on. He gets beaten at the final corner for 2nd position, but it's that man who takes victory. Plenty of congratulations out on the course, on the water, and then on the beach. It's been a dream weekend for the Norwegian, and there's a new man in town. Victory in race 3 then, ahead of Dardelay and Lodice, Alec Endeley in 4th position and Anthony Torelli in 5th. Not a single Poré in the top 5, although Jeremy gets 4th of the overall classification, with Stan Sheldon taking victory. And look at that, Quentin Bosch 5th, despite not scoring in race 3. Oh, the championship's wide open now, isn't it? Lots of happy faces on the podium, but very different faces to we saw last time out.
Stian, you've had a really consistent weekend. How do you feel getting the overall this weekend?
It's been a roller coaster this weekend for me because I rode a ski that I usually don't, and it took all 3 motors to kind of figure out how to ride it without doing too much mistakes. So I started out with like a 6th place, I think, and then I moved up to 3rd and then won the last moto. So it's been a work in progress to get up to the right speed. So it was really nice to get the overall after a long weekend.
Thanks, Stian.
It was very handsome for me because I back to the race, so I'm very happy. I didn't do racing and training since 5 weeks, so it was hard for me, but my ski is very awesome, going very fast and good in a wave, so I just want to be in the next race now.
Thanks, Valentin.
Yes, I feel amazing. I'm very happy for this weekend, and I thanks Bullet Racing for this amazing ski, and Jeremy Boré, and all my team, my parents, and I'm very happy. That's a fantastic weekend for me.
What an exciting weekend we've had here in Le Lac de l'Odeur for round 2 of the P1 Jetcross Pro Tour. Great weather, great venue and awesome racing. Moto 3 winner Stian takes the overall. The next stop on the tour is Vichy, and we would love it if you could join us there.